Hey, you're watching AFox, and today, as you can see, we are back on Rainbow Six Siege. I'm really excited to be able to upload some footage on this game because I am loving it so much. Today, I'm going to be bringing you a good versus bad, pros and cons video. I know that it's been out a little while, this game, but I didn't want to bring out one of these videos too soon just because it's the right thing to do because I'm a YouTuber and I must do everything so quick. I want to give you guys a good review, and as it's Christmas and the game's on sale at the moment, I think you can get it for £35 on PSN, and if you want to get it in store, it's about $29.99. So now is a good time to be giving you a review on what the game is like. Plus, there's been a couple of patches, so things that could have been a problem back when I reviewed it back then might not be a problem now. So this is the perfect time to review it. I'm going to start off with the bad things for a change because I feel like I always talk about the positives because I love everything that I usually review. And then I briefly go over the problems that people really do need to consider about before you buy something. So we're going to start with the negatives. So the biggest, most important problem that there is to be spoken about is lobbies. Now, when I say lobbies, I mean there's so many different problems surrounding that word that it's just quite annoying to be having to explain this because it gets quite confusing. Right, so I'm just going to start from the beginning when we're talking about lobbies. So when you load up the game, you go into a match, you press multiplayer, ranked, whatever, and it starts searching. Sometimes it will endlessly search. This has been a problem since beta and it's not really gotten much better. Now I'm saying that all these problems aren't all the time, just to put that out there, but these are things that do occur. I will probably have to deal with one of these problems at least once a day. So it is quite a regular thing, but not enough to be put off by the game. But yeah, anyway, you can end up searching for hours and hours and hours and it doesn't come up with anything. So you have to keep backing out, selecting multiplayer, backing out. It just becomes tiring and a pain in the ass. And that's because a lot of people do play multiplayer with a group, like you are in a squad, so it's quite difficult, I think, to find solo players. And if you're only looking for one person, I think the game has a bit of a problem trying to find that sometimes. And I think the matchmaking's not very good in terms of location-wise, even though you don't get much lagging issues. Like, I never suffer with lag issues from people that are in, like, completely different areas of the world. But I do think that the matchmaking's probably a little bit too open, and that's why it struggles to find players to match up with where all the rest of the players are in the world. So that's a problem. Then, there's another problem that when you do load up a match and you go into the game, before the operator screen is like a loading screen, and sometimes it will get stuck on that and it won't load the operator's page and you have to close the application. Then, you can't actually get the operator screen to load up sometimes, and when that does happen, it might freeze on you and not let you actually use any of the operators. It doesn't let you select anything. The game instantly gives you a recruit, and if you are lucky, it will let you play as that recruit. But if you aren't lucky, it will freeze entirely and you'll have to just close the application. But if you are lucky, it's just that one round you have to be a recruit. The next round you can select your operator and the game works fine. But yeah, there are just a few things you have to bear in mind with lobbies. And this is the only other negative thing that I can think of, but when you're in a squad, sometimes it will redirect one person randomly back to the home screen instead of sending them off to the searching page with the rest of the group. Therefore, everyone has to close the application and restart because it does that no matter what. If the person who's having the problem and going back to the home page restarts and picks back up, it still happens, and sometimes it changes who it is, so it's just easier for you all to close the application and restart, but it is a pain in the ass, so it's something to be aware of if you do want to play with your clanmates. So there are many positives about this game. I could probably bash on a whole video about them myself, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to quickly point out everything there is. So, teamwork is fucking amazing. Even if you're playing on your own, the amount of teamwork that goes on is incredible. It's great to see the game that can still bring people together and actually work well. Games like Call of Duty haven't ruined FPS is forever. It's wonderful. Even if you aren't talking in TeamSpeak yourself, I can guarantee there's going to be at least one, maybe two people in game chat on mic in every other lobby that you join. And it's great because that one person, that one randomer giving super little helpful shout outs every now and then makes so much of a difference. It's great. The operators are something to really quickly mention here. They are awesome. There's such a wide variety of playstyles available for you. Whether you're attacking or defending, it doesn't matter. There's a bunch of different characters for each one. Some are more aggressive, some are more helpful, and just sit back and let your team do the work and you sort of help them to survive. And it's really good because it means that there's so much variety of playstyles. If something ain't working for you, you can try out something else. If the enemy team's taking one approach, the class that you're working with might not be really very appropriate for that, and you can change it up. So it's is great. Really enjoy that. Second thing is the spawn points always change. You never know what's going to happen because you always spawn in different places, which is great because it keeps the game fresh. It keeps that map in particular fresh. If you're playing on it for 6-7 rounds, it's always different. And it's helpful because the enemy team never know where you're coming from, and if you're inside the building, the enemy team don't know where you always are, so it's nice. And one last quick thing, the pace of this game is perfect. It's not too fast like Call of Duty, and it's not too slow that it drags on. But anyway, I have no more time, so I'll talk about some more things in the future, but until next time, bye!